All right, let's talk about a book that, well, on the surface, it's just about some talking animals. But dive a little deeper, and George Orwell's Animal Farm is this incredibly powerful warning. A warning about power, about corruption, and what can happen to the fight for freedom. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, let me ask you something. What if animals, I mean cows, horses, all of them, just got totally fed up? Fed up with us? What if they actually organized, fought back, and tried to build a whole new world for themselves? It sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, in Orwell's Animal Farm, that's not just a what if. They actually do it. They don't just dream about it, they make it happen. But here's the thing, as you're about to find out, kicking the humans out, that's just the easy part. So the whole thing kicks off in a way that feels almost like a classic fairy tale, you know? You've got your bad guy, you've got this beautiful, noble dream, and a whole bunch of heroes ready to fight for a better life. It's just pure, uncut hope. You see, the animals on this farm, they're living a pretty miserable life under this farmer, Mr. Jones. He's just not great. Then, this wise old pig comes along, Old Major, and he gives them this incredible vision. A vision of a world with no humans, where animals are in charge of their own destiny, working for each other. And their goal? Man, it's so simple and so beautiful. A perfect society built on equality and freedom for all. But you knew there was a but coming, right? That fairy tale feeling? Yeah, it doesn't last. That beautiful dream starts to turn sour, and the paradise they built, it starts to rot from the inside out. And honestly, this is where the story really gets going. So, they win the rebellion, everything's great. For a minute. Then things start to go sideways. The pigs, because they're the smartest animals, they take charge. But pretty soon, it's a battle between two of the top pigs. You've got Snowball, who's full of big ideas, and then there's Napoleon, who is just ruthless. And spoiler alert, Napoleon wins. He uses brute force, runs Snowball right off the farm, and takes absolute control. And just like that, the dream is dead. So you gotta be asking yourself, what on earth went wrong here? How does a revolution that started with these incredible ideals end up as a full-blown dictatorship? Was it always gonna end this way? To figure that out, we've gotta peel back a layer. And here's the secret. The reason it all fell apart is that Animal Farm, well, it's not actually a story about animals. Not really. It's a story with a hidden meaning, a powerful message about, well, about us. What we're looking at here is something called a political allegory. It's a fancy term, but the idea is simple. It's a story where all the characters and all the events are just symbols for real people and real moments in history. It's like a puzzle, and Orwell is basically handing us the pieces. Let's break down some of the big players. You've got Napoleon, the pig in charge. He's basically a stand-in for any power-mad dictator. Then there's Boxer, the horse. Oh, Boxer. He's this incredibly loyal, hard worker who represents the working people who believe in the cause, but are, maybe a little too trusting. Squealer the pig, he's the propaganda machine, the spin doctor. And Mr. Jones, the farmer, he's the old, broken system they got rid of, only to end up with something even more terrifying. Okay, here's a fantastic example of how this works. Pretty early on, the pigs just start taking all the milk and apples for themselves. And their excuse? Oh, we're the brain workers. We need this stuff for the good of the whole farm. And if you think about it, isn't that the first move of any corrupt government? You create a special privileged class that takes the best stuff, all while claiming it's for the greater good. So, you see, it's not just about the story Orwell is telling. It's about how he tells it. His technique is what makes a seemingly simple little book hit you like a ton of bricks. The way Orwell writes is just genius. It's so clear, so direct, anyone can pick up this book and understand it. But don't let that fool you. Underneath that simple writing are these massive, serious ideas. He's not lecturing you, he's using this fable about animals to let you connect the dots yourself. And when you do, it's chilling. And one of the biggest weapons in the pig's arsenal is propaganda. We're talking about information, usually twisted or just plain false, that's designed to control how you think. In Animal Farm, it's not just spin, it's a weapon of war. And it all boils down to this: 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. This is, without a doubt, the most famous line in the whole book. It's so simple, so catchy, and the sheep just chant it over and over and over until you can't hear anything else. And you see, that's the whole point. A slogan like that isn't meant to make you think. It's designed to stop you from thinking. It takes a really complicated idea and boils it down into this mindless chant. And once you've got that, the pigs control everything. They can shut down any real debate, any criticism, just by starting the chant. It's scary how well it works. So why? Why is this book, written so long ago, still so incredibly relevant? I think the answer is because the warnings it contains are, sad to say, timeless. So what should we take away from all this? Well, here are the big warnings. 1. Power corrupts. Even the best intentions can get warped by a thirst for more power. 2. Equality is fragile. It's so easy for greed and privilege to smash it to pieces. 3. Language is a weapon. Slogans and propaganda can convince people to believe just about anything. And maybe the toughest one of all. 4. Sometimes a revolution just replaces one bad boss with another. And this all leads to one of the most powerful endings in all of literature. The other animals, they peek through the window of the farmhouse and they see the pigs playing cards with the human farmers. And they look from the pigs to the humans, and from the humans to the pigs, and they can't tell the difference anymore. The revolution completely and totally failed. It betrayed everything it stood for. So, in the end, Orwell isn't just telling us a story about a farm. He's holding up a mirror, and he's leaving us with a question, not about them, but about us, right here, right now. How do we stop our own best ideals from getting twisted? How do we make sure that we don't become the very thing we hate? That's the challenge Animal Farm leaves us with.